Alright guys, welcome back for a new review. Today we're going to take a look at the X-Men Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave figure, Iceman. So give you a quick in-package shot. This is the last figure I'll be reviewing in this wave, and it will complete Juggernaut. And flipping around to the back, give you a look at the other figures we've already looked at. Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Havoc, Rogue, Phoenix, Cable, and Deadpool. And there's a brief read-up on Iceman, so feel free to pause and read that. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this open and give you guys a better look at Iceman. Stay tuned. So here's Iceman out of the package, and as always we'll start with the Build-A-Figure part. So he comes with the left arm of Juggernaut. So bringing him in, we are finally going to complete Juggernaut, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and port that in. And that is it. Juggernaut is complete, so stay tuned for a review on him next. But setting him aside, let's take a closer look at Iceman. So they've gone with this blue translucent plastic, which is cool. Definitely glad to have him in his ice form. Really doesn't make much sense to have him any other way on the shelf. A classic X-Men character. Face sculpt is pretty cool. He does have the white eyes showing through. I think that looks good. He's got the ice effects on his shoulder and back area, and that is just kind of attached via the tab in the back, the hole, so you can remove that. But I definitely prefer to leave that on. He's also got the sculpted ice effects on his wrist and hand. So that looks pretty cool. Also taking a look at his feet, they are actually just feet, and it has some extra sculpting down on his calf to show that ice effect. So really cool looking figure. Alright, so let's take a quick look at his articulation. Pretty solid on this figure, with one exception. The head looks way far up and very far down. Side to side is no problem, and he does have some pivot, so really good head articulation. Butterfly joint on the shoulder, so I really like that. That works really good, and it does go out to the side. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and a swivel and hinge at the wrist. He has a torso crunch, so he crunches very far forward and a pretty decent amount back, so that looks cool. Is the waist twist. His hips go very far forward and pretty far out, actually, not too bad. Problem on mine, both sides, the upper thigh swivel does not move. It's supposed to be there, you could see it, but it is locked in place. It could maybe try a hair dryer to loosen that up, but it really, I don't know what's going on. That is just locked in, which is unfortunate, because it, you know, his leg is kind of posed off to the side slightly, so he needs a little adjusting, and that ain't going anywhere. I feel like if I force it anymore, it's gonna just crack. So that's kind of a bummer. Does have double jointed knees, and he does have a hinge and pivot in the foot. Ankle articulation is a little loose. Not terribly loose, not flopping, but notably looser than the rest of the figure. Okay, size comparison time. So here we have Iceman next to the other figures in the wave. He is taller than Havoc, which I kind of didn't expect. But he is. He's taller because Havoc's on that Bucky cap body, which is usually the standard. So Iceman's a little taller than him. Of course, taller than Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, and shorter than Cable. So he does fit into the rest of the Marvel Legends figures really well. Overall thoughts on Iceman. This is a pretty cool figure, actually. The translucent effect works really well. I think it looks pretty sharp. Definitely reflects the ice effect. The one thing that I think it's missing is ice effects. Yeah, it has some extra stuff on him, but would be cool to have like an ice blast effect that you could attach to his wrist. But they didn't really give him anything extra. That's a little unfortunate. The fact that his joints in his hips are stuck is also unfortunate. He's got gummy joints on top of that, so not the greatest for an action figure. A really good Iceman, though. I think he looks cool. He's going to look great on the shelf with the rest of the X-Men, but definitely not my favorite from the wave, but not a bad figure either. You know, it's got some pluses and some minuses. They all kind of do. I am glad to have them. I would recommend them if you're an Iceman fan or if you're trying to build Juggernaut. Other than that, you could certainly pass on them and not sweat it. But I like it. Glad to have it. Stay tuned next for the Build-A-Figure review of Juggernaut. Really excited to give you my thoughts on that. I'm really happy to have it built. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching.